Welcome to Sapphire Ridge News. Let me fix the camera here. Today's topic was supposed to be Jimmy Carter, but with breaking news and the terrorist attacks in New Orleans and now Las Vegas, I thought we needed to talk about them. This morning in New Orleans, a man in a white pickup truck mowed through a crowd and killed, I believe it's updated to 19 individuals now, and 30 are injured. And then a couple hours later, a Tesla Cybertruck blew up in front of the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. The FBI is showing their utter incompetence by at first saying the New Orleans attacker acted alone, and then in the same press conference a few minutes later said they were looking for other individuals. Now this reeks of incompetence. Also, in the attack in Las Vegas, the cops initially said that it was some fireworks that blew up in an overheated Tesla Cybertruck, leaving out the fact that the driver was inside of the truck. So that reeks of incompetence, sheer utter incompetence. That the driver was in the Cybertruck when it went off. The driver is the only fatality there. Yet the FBI says that it was just some fireworks that went off and set off the lithium battery. Well, if you look at the video from the explosion, it's not the batteries that are on fire. It's something exploding inside of the cab. Such incompetence. How did we get here that the FBI, which is supposed to be the world's greatest policing body, is so incompetent? You know, we still have to get through to the 20th of January, which is 19 more days, to find out what really happened here, because they're not telling us the truth. When you have an individual take a pickup truck and mow down a bunch of people in a crowd in New Orleans, and the FBI sits there and says, well, it's not terrorist related, that the guy was a former military member, and then a few minutes later says, but we're looking for other individuals that are involved. Well, hello, are you that friggin' stupid that you're looking for other individuals that are involved and then say it's not terrorist related? What the hell? What is really going on that we have such utter incompetence at one of our biggest police departments? Hey, Laugh. Happy New Year. It's starting off not very good, isn't it? The updated report on New Orleans that there's 19 that are unalived and another 30 that are injured. And then in Las Vegas, someone blew up a Cybertruck in front of Trump Hotel. And the cops there left out the fact that the driver was in the truck. Well, I'm glad that your schoolmate is okay, Laugh. We need to pray for them is right. As far as the issue with Las Vegas, it's, to me anyhow, it's a symbolic gesture. I guess gesture is the right word, that a Cybertruck blew up in front of the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. And then the cops are saying that it was just fireworks in an overheated Tesla Cybertruck, leaving out the fact that the driver was inside the friggin' truck. And the cops in Las Vegas said that the fireworks set off the lithium batteries. Well, no. When they show the video, what's on fire is inside the cab of the truck, not the batteries, which are underneath the bed of the truck. Just such incompetence. How the hell did we get here? That we have the FBI, which is supposed to be the world's greatest police force, so incompetent. You know what I mean, Laugh? This is just beyond crazy. You know, you have 19 individuals dead in New Orleans. And at the press conference, they said that at first they said that he acted alone. And then a few minutes later said that they were looking for other individuals that were involved. Well, if there's other individuals that were involved, then he didn't act alone, you fucking moron. This is just beyond disturbing. And to me, it doesn't matter who's president. Our police departments should get shit right. We should get stuff right. And saying that, I know I'm going to screw up his name, Shamsud bin Jabbar is the attacker in New Orleans, that he was just a disgruntled member of the military. Well, first of all, there's some issues there. The truck that he drove came across the border in November with someone else driving it. And there are videos of Mr. Jabbar, bin Jabbar, on X of him talking about running for office in Houston. Thank you, Empress Fox. This is just so infuriating that the FBI is so damned incompetent that they try to say that it's not terrorist attack when it obviously is. The American people are not fucking stupid. You know, they had a press conference in New Orleans this morning where they first tried to say that the guy acted alone, and then 5 minutes later said that they were looking for other individuals that were involved. Well, if they're looking for other individuals that are involved, then the dude didn't act alone. That's just utter incompetence. And then the symbolism of a Cybertruck in front of Trump Hotel, that is another issue, because Trump is the incoming president, and Elon Musk, that's right, Empress. This is not the same America from 30 years ago, is right. We won't just believe what they say. They should just tell us the truth, which I don't believe that they will. Like, this is what frosts me about the deal in Las Vegas. The police in Las Vegas said that fireworks inside of the Tesla exploded because the Tesla was overheated, leaving out the fact that the driver was in the truck. The driver was in the truck. They said fireworks went off inside of an overheated Cybertruck and set off the lithium batteries. No. If you look at the video, what's on fire is inside the cab. The lithium batteries are under the bed in the back of the truck. There's video on X right now of the Cybertruck going boom, 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 and you can see it all coming from inside of the cab. You know, they think that we're dumb, but we're not dumb. This is just so infuriating to have the FBI lie to us. Right. But that's what the cops in Las Vegas said, that it was an overheated Cybertruck that set off fireworks inside of the truck. Agreed, Empress. This is just so infuriating. You know, this is the way I look at this. We are now under attack, and we need to man up and find out what is going on and get to the bottom of it before there are more attacks. Yeah, it's crazy. I put off my talk on Jimmy Carter till tomorrow because this is much more important. We need to inform people of what's going on. This is just crazy. Let me check something. Okay, ABC News just updated The vehicle explosion at the Trump Las Vegas hotel probed as possible act of terror. Las Vegas Metro PD said it was investigating a fire at the entrance to the tower. The public was told to avoid the area. Well, duh. So the police noted the fire has been put out. This is what I saw on X. The driver pulled into the valet area of the hotel and the vehicle exploded, according to the official. The driver is apparently unalived, and so far, the only casualty from the incident. 7 bystanders had minor injuries. Yes, those who can see is right. This is just crazy, people. You know, makes you wonder, where is next? You know, New Orleans and then Las Vegas. And now where is next? Because this is not the end. Well, at least the police in Las Vegas aren't trying to right. We keep bringing these people here. Biden brought in over 10 million people in the last 4 years, unvetted. Just let them walk across the border. And then incompetent Mayorkas kept saying the border is sealed when we, with our own eyes, could see people by the thousands walking across the border, and his dumbass saying, well, that didn't happen. Yes, unvetted. That's my gripe too, Empress. Let them just walk across the border. Just walk right across. You know, I'm not against immigration, but I think it needs to be done legally. I think we need to seal the border, have ports of entry where people can get in, but stop this insanity of letting people just walk across our border. And then, you know, Biden, I did a live a couple months ago on Biden's incompetence. He took and cut 100-foot holes in the border wall that Trump put up because he was told that the pronghorn antelope couldn't get across the border to migrate to Mexico. The pronghorn antelope don't go to Mexico. Pronghorn antelope migrate from Montana to New Mexico. Right. I live in Montana. We have had issues with the northern border here. I'm 167 miles from the Canadian border. And there have been reports in the news all summer of issues with the northern border. You know, we need to seal our borders. A country without borders ceases to be an existing country. And you can't tell me that this wasn't on purpose, because it's clearly purposeful. You know, this is just so infuriating that we have all of this going on, and you have incompetent people currently in government saying nothing's going on. That's just beyond stupid. You know, we need to start acting like a country that cares about its citizens. And the country that cares about its citizens fortifies their border. Do you think Mexico doesn't fortify its southern border? It certainly does. It has a fence across it. And when the migrants climb over the fence, the federales shoot at them. In Mexico, well, I wish you luck, Empress Fox. I wish you lots of luck. You're a good person. You will do well. Right. You know, Trump has always said we have too many regulations, that regulations strangle our businesses. And when he was in office before, he, he had a policy of, for every new regulation, 10 other regulations should be eliminated. You know, and our government, through Fish and Wildlife, is destroying reptile businesses. Fish and Wildlife is currently destroying reptile businesses in Florida. Back over the summer, they voted to make Burmese pythons invasive species and to ban the trade of them, which I understand because some got loose and are in the Everglades and causing a big mess. But then they went to local businesses and told them they have so many days to get rid of all their Burmese pythons. There was one individual, his name is Bruce. He had homes for all of them, but he needed more time because some of the people didn't have their habitat set up yet. And he called and told Fish and Wildlife. And 3 days later, a crew showed up at his facility and killed every snake in his facility, even ones that were not banned. The guy had a ball python that was gravid, due to deliver within days, and they killed it. It was worth thousands of dollars. And then when he said something to them, they said, oh, well, they just really didn't give a shit. Then up here in Montana, you have Fish and Wildlife have said that they're going to kill all the fish in this one lake because somebody turned loose lake trout in there, and the lake trout were causing problems for the other fish, so they were going to kill all the fish. That's brain dead. The way to take care of that is to eliminate the creel limit on the lake trout and let people just catch as many lake trout as they want. Because they tried that before killing off the lake trout, like 3 years ago, and it obviously didn't work. Because now, 3 years later, they said that the lake is overrun with them and that they're going to have to kill off everything in the whole lake and start over again. Well, there's a problem. The lake is fed by a river. They're not dosing the river, just the lake. That's beyond stupid. And I wrote to the head of the Fish and Wildlife here in Montana to try and get a response back as to why they chose this route, and I got no response back. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Right. And in northwest Montana, there's a big problem with overabundance of grizzly bears. Grizzly bears are spreading east for the first time in 3 decades. I live by the Yellowstone River here in eastern Montana, and the Yellowstone Valley is 100 miles northwest of me. And for the first time in 30 years, there have been grizzly bears reported in the Yellowstone Valley. And Fish and Wildlife refuses to take the grizzly bear off of the Protected Endangered Species Act. It's just crazy what's going on. This is beyond crazy. And then in Colorado, which is just to the south of me, 2 states, they tried to ban all hunting. They had a measure on the ballot in November, which failed, which would have banned all hunting, even predators. So if that would have passed, farmers could no longer shoot predators attacking their cattle. Well, they haven't burned the mountains here in Montana, Empress. The issue here with the wildfires is lightning strikes because it's been dry and sets it on fire. That's the issue here. And the waters here, we have good water here in Montana. The issue with the grizzly bears is they're becoming overabundant. When they were put on the endangered species list, there were 100 left in Montana. Now there's 3,000. 3,000. And they're spreading further east, and they're spreading south, and they're spreading west. You know, I'm all in favor of protecting wildlife, but what about the ranchers? You know, their cattle gets killed by grizzly bears. I imagine they are. If they went from 120 years ago to 3,000 and growing, we need to get our country back in order. I want our country to get back to where it was before it went off the rails like 30 or 40 years ago. Yeah, there was one, I believe the report I read said that when they were put on the endangered species list, there was 100 grizzly bears left in Montana. And now there's 3,000. And Fish and Wildlife says, well, you know, we don't want to take them off of the endangered species list. It's like, dude, wake the hell up. You know, it's obviously that they have rebounded, that there's 3,000 of them and growing, and that they're spreading. Well, that's what I've got for y'all today. This has been great. Remember to like the video and share, and please subscribe, because we want to grow this channel. Right. Right now in the state of Montana, it is illegal to shoot a grizzly bear for any reason, unless you can prove that the grizzly bear is about to kill you. Which is just crazy. Yep. Y'all have a great night. Yeah, for any reason. It's It's punishable by thousands of dollar fine and 5 to 10 years in jail. Have a happy new year and a good night. And we will be back here tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Bye now.